All right. I'll try to show it to you. It's May 5th, about 3:52 p.m. We're near Jacksboro Highway, headed to the Texas Motor Speedway to drop food at your doorstep. I just talked with Linda. So she was at a parking spot, I guess maybe wherever she's at. I'm not going to reveal the location exactly. She's looking for a second job right now. So she did recover from the Einstein Bagels thing. They did let her go. I decided not to return, but I did shift my application. I guess you can do that because I can log in to their site under a username and all that kind of stuff. And I was able to shift my application to a store over here in Fort Worth because that drive is pretty far. Now I'll still be going to Dallas to pick up Linda, but Einstein's wanted me to be going out there like 3 times a week, which is a lot. It's a lot of driving. It's like 50 miles away. So I basically switched everything to about 20 miles away, maybe 15 miles away. And then I'll still be dropping food off at the doorstep. A lot of times whenever I get these little jobs and stuff, I can also do delivery because I have the bags and things like that. So that's kind of what I did for Einstein's a little bit, but I also work for them too. Right now, at this current moment, I'm not, but I did transfer my application to another store. So if they get a hold of me, then I might do part-time out of Fort Worth doing Einstein's in Fort Worth. So I haven't completely left, but I have left that particular store. And that's what I meant to say in that vlog earlier, was I wasn't saying that I'm leaving Einstein's altogether, but that I am leaving that particular store because I didn't feel they were tolerant with Linda's behavior of working, because she was there to work. She was still taking orders. She was still watching over what I was doing and helping me with the register and getting me set up and also helping other people and things like that. So she wasn't completely, she did not throw the headset on the ground and all that stuff that was those lies, that were put against her. She didn't do those things. She said the headset fell off her head or something. I didn't even see any headset fall off anybody's head. But anyway, she just called and said she was at a parking spot and she accidentally put the car, I guess she had it in drive and she thought it was in reverse. So she went over a curb, but those parking curbs, those little parking curbs that you used to skateboard on, if you were a skater and you do like a rail slide across the parking curb. Well, she went over the parking curb and got stuck. And so they had to get a tow truck and pull her back on the parking curb and get her unstuck. So that's what happened today. And then looks like she found something that's pretty decent for a second job. So we'll be back probably in the same budget level that we were. We're not going to be probably doing the Fort Worth Zoo anytime soon because that's about $50 or $45 just to vlog it, or just to go in. At least you get a discount on a Wednesday, and then maybe $20 on a Wednesday because everything's half price on Fort Worth Zoo, half price Wednesday. They did get rid of the lions and tigers, the hyenas and the zebras at the Fort Worth Zoo to make way for an Asian predator thing. Asian and African animals that are predators. I think that Asia does have lions. I think they have tigers. I think Asia has tigers, but I don't know for sure about lions. Lions are more of an African thing. They're from Africa. Whether they bring in lions, I don't know. I mean, those are definitely predators. I don't really know what the new exhibit is that they're featuring at Fort Worth Zoo that they're getting ready for. So they're moving the tigers and lions. I guess they're putting them in another zoo. And they're moving the hyenas and the zebras. And the hyenas are kind of predators. Zebras are prey, so they get preyed on by the lions. So I don't know what the setup is, what they're trying to do. I just know I read about it. So that's what's going on at the Fort Worth Zoo. So we're probably going to have to put that on hold. It would be a cool vlog, very educational. I've been thinking kind of in the side of my brain here, maybe Amon Carter. But Amon Carter's got a lot of older stuff, and those sometimes can get a little boring. Although the Kimball's very interesting, and that's a you could probably, if you're a vlogger, you could go through Kimball and spend a whole 6 months, maybe even a year, analyzing all of Kimball Arts Museum. And there's 2 of them now. There's the piano, which is right next door, and then there's also, of course, behind that one is Amon Carter. Then next to that one, to the left side, is the Natural History Museum. I think it's Natural Science and History, which is also Fort Worth. And then they've got the Omni Theater in that one. And then, of course, they got the stock show that comes through there with all the special horses and things like that. So there's a lot of things over in that area that we could also focus on. We did hit upon Kimball several times. Didn't get really any attention at all, and frankly, I don't care. But we'll find something. So another thing I'm pretty excited about is the Texas Rangers will be playing the Tampa Bay Rays. They'll be going to Tropicana Field in Florida. Pretty sure probably the Woo's going to be there to cover that. I'd like to see that and see if the Texas Rangers beat them. Now, right now, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Rangers were on a losing streak. They lost like, I don't know. I got some information the other day that was not correct about the Rangers online. So I don't know if there's some false news, but supposedly they were on a losing streak. So I don't know if they're going to get off that losing streak, beat the Tampa Bay Rays, and then become a winning streak and maybe even be a runner-up for the World Series. I don't know. But the articles that I was reading about the Rangers, it doesn't look good. Now, they do that. Sometimes they get into their hurt stage, and it takes time for them to get out. But you got to remember, it wasn't very long ago that the Texas Rangers were at their first World Series, up for the first World Series win. This was very recent. So we got the new field, which is Globe Life. The Globe Life field is what they call it. It's a good baseball field, and of course, from what I'm hearing, it's supposedly got air conditioning. So I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out the Globe Life field. It's very strange looking. It looks like a large barn. I'm calling it the barn. But, it's very unique. It's not like any baseball field that I've seen before. It almost looks like a giant hangar, some kind of an airplane hangar or something. It's very strange looking. But it is cool that we have it. And then we still have the old ballpark, which is the Choctaw ballpark, which is right next door. And then, of course, you got the coolest football stadium ever built, which is the AT&T Stadium, one of the coolest ones, which is all indoor, like perfect air conditioning. You can't even tell that you've left any type of, indoor environment, and you go in there, it's like perfect air conditioning. So that one, of course, is wonderful. So I think that's what they were trying to do with the Globe Life field, is they were trying to have something that would have central air and be something like that. So, and I didn't know Tropicana Field was a field that people didn't like. Didn't know that. I thought it was kind of cool looking, to be honest. The top and stuff looks kind of cool. But anyway, we'll see if the Rangers win, and that'll be coming up this May, towards the end of May. And that's the correct information. I had to go back and look at a lot of charts and statistics to find out, oh, wait a minute, where did I get this information about September? Supposedly I got some kind of information about September that was not true about the Rangers. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. I don't know. Anyway, I do know that they are going to Florida to play Tampa Bay this May, coming up towards the end of May, if I'm not mistaken. Leave a comment. As you can see, construction hasn't slowed down at all going. Oh, wow, there's a lot of dust right there. These are all the construction workers lined up. And there's something new here called Heritage Parkway. Is actually a pretty good one for delivery if you're in the delivery business. Probably everything from Uber to Postmates, all the way down to, the bigger ones. Well, Uber's is the biggest one, but anyway, you know what I mean? Like different, delivery ones that they're always coming out with daily, not daily, but yearly probably. They're always coming out with a new delivery app. Favor's also the one that a lot of people are talking about. I don't know if you still need an interview to do Favor. You used to have to show up at a place and get interviewed, and they gave you like this little tuxedo shirt. Behind me, you can see Fort Worth on the horizon right there, and I'll be leaving that area going into the Speedway. Now, there's a lot of different reasons why I choose Speedway. It's kind of in a way organization, because you're mostly like right on 114 going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There's different little neighborhoods that it can take you in, everything from Roanoke, South Lake, Westlake. You can go into, I don't know, like Keller, all the way up to Grapevine. And then Grapevine, sometimes you get pulled into what I know as the Irving, and that's when I turn everything off, head out of Irving, and then go right back into Roanoke. It's all based on tips. So this whole thing is strategy about tips, how much tips you can get, right? So that's why. And then also another thing about the 114 and the Texas Motor Speedway and 377 and all that stuff is it can lead you all the way to places like Rome, Texas. You know, you can get pulled out of the North Lake area, and those are longer stretches. So let's say someone gets hungry in Rome, but they want Sonic, but Sonic is not anywhere but North Lake or whatever. I don't really, they probably have a Sonic. Sonic's a bad example. Sonic's in a lot of small towns. Let's say they want Buffalo Wild Wings, and they get pulled out. If you get pulled out of Buffalo Wild Wings, or you're in Buffalo Wild Wing area, and you could get pulled out to Rome, which is maybe a 20-mile drop, you see? So you're getting paid a different amount because, for one thing, you're going 20 miles. And a lot of those people out there that are in the country, they're pretty good with tips too, because for one thing, you know, they have a heart. So that's kind of the whole reason and the strategy behind the Texas Motor Speedway delivery. And once again, we come up to the Westport Bridge, brand new bridge that they're constructing. As you can see, they've been working on it very hard. It is going to bring in a lot of new traffic from that area, right, going into, I guess you could say maybe like coming out of the Denton area, going into the Fort Worth area. So it's bringing people maybe like the Keller region, going right into Fort Worth, I guess, a speedier way. That's the bridge right there. You can see this thing's working too right there. These two guys right here, these excavators. Garrett, a company known as Garrett. All right, we're pulling up to the Texas Motor Speedway area. I checked the app. Looks like there's a little bit of activity, which is pretty good for about 421. All right, well, we picked up our first one today, which is pretty much in North Park, or I'm sorry, North Lake. North Lake, which is right by the Texas Motor Speedway, and a turn at Chadwick Farms. This is where they pretty much decorate the crap out of things on these trees and stuff during Christmas time. All of this will be decorated. Of course, we're hitting the summer when I'm talking about Christmas in the summer. Figured, why not? You know, might as well. Look at that lonely cow out there. Out there grazing. There's all his friends on the other side of the fence. They haven't moved all day. You can see the wind is very high today because that thing is moving. You can tell right here. See it moving. And also you can tell from the flag right there too. The guy's one of the big fans. He honked at me yesterday and said he was telling everybody to subscribe. Just wanted to give his little hoot, his little announcement. The Please Subscribe Show. one's a big one. Give me a second. Very crazy. I'm gonna show you. The reason I stopped is because there's a snake, and it's a big one. And I think it's dead. It's been hit a couple of times. Holy snap. That is a big snake. Yeah, it just got ran over right there. Its head got squashed. Man. See, just got hit again. And again. It's about to get hit again. Can't tell what kind it is. Leave a comment. I can't see that if it's a rattler. You don't ever want to handle a dead snake, though. You don't ever handle a dead snake. But that's a big one. It's a huge snake. For a little back road, John Day Road is actually quite the busy road. For a little back country road, it's extremely busy. Doesn't look like it, but it is. And this snake got hit quite a bit of times. See it right here. Its head is squashed right there in the road.